Welcome back, Bears fans. I'm Jerry, and I am also speechless. Keenan Allen is just insane. The Bears just signed Keenan Allen. We probably have the best wide receiver duo in the league right now. DJ Moore and Keenan Allen both had 1,300 receiving yards. Keenan Allen had 7 touchdowns. I don't even remember how many DJ Moore had. But just an insane trade for Poles. It's huge. I think the positives severely outweigh the negatives. So if you're somebody that wants a young team and he's old, whatever, that's fine. Don't complain about this. You're getting one of the best receivers in the league. He was known by pretty much everybody as a top 10 wide receiver, and us Bears fans probably believe that DJ Moore is consistently snubbed out of being a top 10 receiver. So I think you can very easily make the argument that we now have the best wide receiver room in the league. Maybe not room, I guess you would say the duo. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins come to mind if you're going to compete against that, but I don't think anybody beats this duo. I think this definitely also could show the hand that Poles is trying to recreate what happened over in Kansas City with, when Patrick Mahomes came out, he had some good receivers and, probably the greatest tight end of all time in Travis Kelce. And now we have Cole Kmet, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Gerald Everett. You got to include him too. He's a good receiving threat, and he was the tight end one over in LA. So this is just an insane signing. I also think this kind of gives you a tell on what's going to happen in the draft, because this almost guarantees the Chargers taking a wide receiver. I guess you could make an argument maybe they would take Bowers. What's his name? Jim Harbaugh also talked about how he would like if they traded back. So there is potential for them to trade back and try to get a haul. But there's a lot of different scenarios that could work out. But I am just so excited that, like I said, the Bears have the best wide receiver duo. So we're going to enter next season with DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett, probably on the field a lot because of how often Shane Waldron likes to run 21 personnel. Those four that's just insane that the Chicago Bears are going to have those four on the field at the same time. You have DeAndre Swift, who I am a big hater of, but now I can understand the upgrade, especially if it's going to be Caleb Williams, because if you're running this air raid offense, DeAndre Swift is a big upgrade as far as a blocker in the backfield, and he is an upgrade as far as receiving back goes. So factoring that in, if they're running that style offense, it's just all set up for it to literally be like the perfect scenario. How could Caleb Williams not work out at this point? I don't know. So I'm hyped. I think it's Caleb Williams. I also think you could make an argument that maybe this means that the Bears are going to trade back, because Poles' biggest thing was we're going to build through the draft. And what's happened now? He's traded most of the picks away. So we have 4 draft picks now. And it would make a lot of sense to trade back and collect a shit ton of picks and use those moving forward. But I think now it also brings to the point, what are all the holes that need to be filled? Well, you need an edge rusher. You can make an argument that you need an interior defensive line. I think Eric Washington can elevate Zach Pickens and Gervon Dexter enough to be weapons next year alongside Andrew Billings, who was a top 10 and maybe even a top 5 run defender on the inside last year. Linebackers set. Your DBs are set for at least 2 more years with the Byard signing. Offensive line, you would argue that you'd still want to fix the center position. I like the idea of having Coleman Shelton or Cole, whatever that guy's name was that we signed, who has had some of the more snaps played since 2022 as far as at the center position. Not to say that he's amazing by any means, but you also have Ryan Bates. Those people are also interchangeable at center and guard if you deal with injuries, which we do with Tevin Jenkins and Nate Davis. And then tight end, don't really have any holes. Wide receiver, yeah, you'd like to have a wide receiver 3, but I like Tyler Scott for a wide receiver 3. He's your quick burner. You've got Keenan Allen, who's your route technician that has an insane catch radius as well. And then you've got DJ Moore, who is probably the best definition of an all-around guy. You could make an argument for Deebo Samuel as far as, after the catch goes, but I think DJ Moore is a better pass catcher and a better route runner than Debo Samuel. So I think the nice variety of what you have. If you need a big guy, Keenan Allen's only 6'2", so he's not massive or anything, but at least a bigger guy. Then you've got Gerald Everett 6'3", Cole Kmet's 6'6" for your big targets. Then you've got DJ Moore's 6 foot, well over 200. So you've got your still a bigger frame as far as a wide receiver goes. And then Tyler Scott can be your burner. I love everything that they're doing. I think it's pretty insane value for what they've done. And then as far as the draft pick goes, I think I'll talk about this in another video, but I think it definitely points you in the direction of taking, if it depends on how the draft board works out. But if you think Dallas Turner is worlds above everybody, you're probably sticking and picking at 9. But if you see Dallas Turner pretty close to Jared Verse or Latu Latu, I think you probably trade back and then take whichever one's left, and then you're probably getting a lot more compensation back for this draft, or maybe even more next year. Remember, Bears fans, we have 8 draft picks next year. We have all 7 picks, and we have our second round. Plus, if we get any compensatory picks for, it's likely Ian Cunningham's going to be gone after this year. Luckily, he stuck around with us in the office, but there's been rumors that he's been getting offered GM jobs. So if he goes, I believe we get 2/3 for that. So we're going to have a boatload of picks next year to address positions of need. So I wouldn't worry about only having 4 picks, because what are our needs truly? And if we're taking Caleb Williams, it's pretty realistic we're not winning a Super Bowl next year. So if you have a bunch of picks the following year to continue to build, you can kind of see where Caleb's going, find out where your needs are. I think King Poles is doing a phenomenal job. So thank you for watching. Just want to do a quick video. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a great day. Bear down.